going to put some people in different places and move some people around a little bit and do that because it's important to us. But before I do that, Val, let me ask you a question. What was your conversation with Alvaro?
With Alvaro?
Yeah.
I had no conversation with Alvaro.
At the holiday party.
At the holiday party. I had no conversation with Alvaro that was of any substance other than what's up, how you doing? Shit like that.
And that's it, nobody else.
What do you mean, nobody else?
You had no conversation with me, sir.
No, other than what's up, how you doing?
Okay. You got that?
Yep. Karen, you got that?
They got fake on it.
The court case. Rodney?
What is it?
No.
I mean, I'll find out if there's anything going on. No, Rodney. Roy Ross. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I'm right.
I'm sorry. Disregard. Tomorrow. Him and the former officer, was it Gillian? Yeah. Why am I thinking it's Jerry? I'm going to see.
Did you tell Alvaro at the holiday party that we had that you wanted to speak to him about something and you couldn't talk to him there, but he could give you a call on your cell phone?
I told him, let's go out to lunch, have something to eat or something one day.
A couple of minutes ago, with no other conversation.
That's exactly what I told you.
Oh.
It was matter-of-fact conversation. Yeah. Are you insinuating that I did something wrong?
No, I'm asking you a question.
I know. You ask me a lot of questions that people ask you or tell you things, and then you come at me weird about it. So why don't you just ask me what you have to ask me, okay? And if I did something wrong, then you take appropriate action. And if I didn't do anything wrong, then we might as well just continue with the meeting and do what we got to do. I'm not, yeah, read
On
to
Monday, December 29th, or Tuesday, William Valentin, Val came into my office and said he wanted to talk to me. I said, okay. He said, but not here. I asked him if he wanted to go into the hallway, and he said no, to call him on his personal cell phone. I said, I don't have your personal cell phone number. He said, call Clarabelle's phone. On Wednesday, December 31st, I called Clarabelle and asked for Val. She said he was not with her, but he would text/call him and tell him to call him. Val called a few minutes later. He said, I feel like I can talk to you. He said, I used to be his assistant, and he feels he can talk to me about this and that I won't tell anyone. I then asked him then he asked me for the mailing list for COBA membership. He said he knows I have it since I work on the mailing. I told him I do not have it at the moment. He said, as recording secretary, he is supposed to have access to the list, but Norman would not give it to him. He said down the line, if anything happened or someone tried to run against him, that they would say that he was not handling his fiduciary duties. He asked if I could get the list, put it on a zip drive. If I could not, then we never had this conversation. Val also stated that he knows that Alvaro has the list, but he did not know that he should ask him. I called Norman Seabrook and let him know of the aforementioned facts. You want to explain that to the board?
aforementioned facts? Yeah, I didn't have that conversation with Alvaro. That was not a conversation. Yeah, I had it with Kim.
Okay, so you want to explain that to us in this room?
Yeah, I mean, I explained it already once before, and you denied me access to that information. It's basically what I'm responsible for pursuant to the bylaws, which are voted on by the membership, and that's something that I'm responsible for. Election time is coming up. If somebody decides to say, hey, I'm going to run against Val, he's not doing what he's supposed to do, then I'm screwed. I didn't ask for anything that was unusual or outside of my realm. I actually requested it from you once.
And I answered you?
Yeah, and I haven't.
What did I say? I don't want that.
Well, it's for you.
What did I say?
It's another request
You don't have
for
to
the
do
same
that.
thing. Well, I'm giving it to you. I mean, it's the same thing. It's a request.
Okay.
I mean, we can explain what we want to explain and talk about what we want to talk about, but...
Hold on.
Yeah.
You asked me for it in the meeting.
Yep.
Karen took minutes to the meeting.
Yes.
I responded at the meeting, and I said no. Nobody gets a copy of COBA's mailing list. It's never happened. It will never happen.
How would I maintain a copy of the mailing list if I don't have a copy of the mailing list? How would I do that?
I see something happening here. What I see happening here is not struggling.
I'm not really struggling.
Why would you tell her we can't talk in the office?
First of all, that's a document that some girl signed, and she indicates all of these little things in there. That document isn't 100% correct.
Go tell Kim I said.
Yeah, you could call her in here all you want to. That document isn't 100% correct. And just because somebody signs a document and says that I asked them for this and that,
in other words, let me ask.
bad.
Okay. You're right.
Yeah. I didn't ask for anything peculiar. There was no undermining anything going on. I don't understand what the line of questioning is for. I don't understand why that's an issue for you.
Okay. It's not an issue.
All right. It seems that you're bringing it up at a board meeting as if it was an issue for you.
Okay, let me ask you a question, sister. Tell the board what the conversation was.
On Monday or Tuesday, Val came into my office and said he wanted to speak to me. And I said, okay, and he said not here, that I should call him on his personal cell phone. So I told him I didn't have the number. He said, call Clarabelle. Excuse me. So I called Clarabelle on Wednesday. She said she wasn't with Val, but she would have to call me. He called me a few minutes later, and he said, you know, you see my secretary, feel like I can talk to you. I want to, you know, basically he wants the mailing list, and if I can't give it to him, then, you know, we never had this conversation. But if I can get the mailing list and put it on a zip drive and give it to him, you know, that he could also, you know, he knew Alvaro had it, but he wasn't sure if he wanted to ask Alvaro.
Thank you, sis. Just so that I'm clear, a couple of minutes ago, anybody could have said this.
She said that.
Okay.
She said what she wrote. Of course. If I wrote something, I'd be able to recite it to you as well. So yes, she said that.
You know, I try to do everything that I can up here the way that I'm supposed to do it. I'm the president of the union. And each and every person up here has a responsibility, but each and every person up here answers to me. Because I answer to the city of New York for you. And I've learned, and people could probably 9 out of 10 times attest to this, I don't bother y'all. You see me 10 minutes, 20 minutes during the week, you go to your jails, you go to the satellite office, you're done, you're gone. Do y'all agree with that? Do I go out of the ordinary? Do I do acrobatic stuff? When I ask a question and you're disingenuous to everybody in this room, that's a problem. So I have to take action. You're being transferred effective immediately to ESU. You ought to turn in your car, your credit cards, and everything else. And you will still give him his stipend every month the way that he's supposed to get it. But this is a team. And we're not going to go to people up here and tell them to give us copies of this, that, or the other thing, and don't tell nobody. It don't work like that. This is a team. And I've worked very hard to build this team for us. We argue. We fight. We disagree. But at the end of the day, this is a team. This don't have nothing to do with nothing else. This has to do with this. God says what you do in the dark, it will show light. Oh, it's bright in here now. Anybody got any questions?
I do. Okay. First of all, you mentioned that you don't do anything out of the ordinary towards people here. You've been doing stuff out of the ordinary to me since I've been here. We don't act and we don't operate in accordance with the bylaws. I know you say we do, and I know a lot of times that you changed a couple things and said, well, we're going to do it by the bylaws now and stuff like that. But we really don't operate that way up here. You've been coming at me. You saw me at an event. The next day you go in my jail. You place me. Like there's always something going on with me for some reason. With you. It's been going on since the beginning of time. And, I don't want to pose it to the group. They're probably going to say they're probably going to say what you want them to say, but they know. Believe me, everybody here sees it.
So they know that when Joey they know when Joey tells everybody to wear a certain type of attire, you're the only one that doesn't wear it.
Yeah.
They know when Joey says to be somewhere, you're the only one that feels that you don't have to answer to Joey, Elias, Liz, or whoever up here that we do it with.
That's incorrect. Absolutely incorrect.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this to you. Anybody got anything for me? Anybody got anything they want to help them out?
Basically, just to be clear, you're transferring me out of COBA today, based on a statement from hold on, I'm just asking a question.
One more question. Why would you throw that girl Clarabelle under the fucking bus?
How am I throwing Clarabelle?
In other words, so when I get the phone records and I show that Kim called Clarabelle phoned you, what's that going to say, Val?
I'd like for you to produce the phone records. Yeah, I'd love for you to do that. You're doing like a criminal investigation. You're doing a criminal investigation into a different matter.
Here's the criminal investigation.
You want me removed? You want me removed from my position here? Okay. You want me removed from my position? How is the meeting over? Because you say what you want and you leave? No, I'm not transferred effective immediately. I would love to bet.
Okay.
Yes. You're taking me out of my position based on an allegation of something that I'm supposed to do. That's what you're doing. Yeah, I just want you to know, they're all responsible the same way you are. Come on, man. Have a great day. I'll be in my jails. Yeah, I hear you.
I want my gas.
I hear what you want. You've wanted those twice already from me.
Let me say this to you so that we're absolutely clear.
Mm-hmm.
I want the COBA property on this desk, and I want someone to drive him home.
That's never going to happen.
I don't want him taking
Never going to happen.
You get in that car.
I have personal items in the vehicle.
Then take it out.
I'm not taking them out till I get home. You want to send someone to my house and get it? Run that.
Listen to me.
Nobody's getting that. I hear what you're saying.
All right?
It sounds really good, too. I hear you.
Get your stuff off of your...
That sounds outstanding. That's the biggest problem with this whole board is everybody always stays quiet all the time. But y'all be talking shit like a motherfucker when the dude's not around. But when something happens, everybody got amnesia and stays quiet. This is corny. How do you do that? How do you do that? Seriously, how do you do that? Okay, that's the biggest issue I have with this place. Okay, and now begins some crazy shit. And it's going to involve everybody. All right, because you're all responsible. You're all responsible You're all responsible for what's supposed to happen up here. And we ain't doing what we're supposed to do up here. Okay? And at the end of the day, what I asked for, I'm entitled to. The only reason I didn't get it is because this guy got a personal fucking thing with me. Okay? And I didn't do anything wrong. And for anybody to even vote, because there was no vote taken, all he said was, you got something to say. And of course, like always, nobody got nothing to say. Place is corny. Come get your shit if you want.